Hi, AJ. Thank you again so much for taking the time. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, I appreciate your time.
Yeah, it's the rare heavyweight who can recapture the belt twice. How much motivation have you drawn from the fact that you can join pretty exclusive company by getting the victory on Saturday, Sunday?
I think that's what I say. Like on the stage, is like it's a rare feat for someone to join such exclusive company, right? But that's
Yeah.
at the end. That's the end goal. I've got a big process I need to go through first. So I'm not even really concentrating on being amongst them people. I just concentrating on today, how I'm feeling, and then Saturday, like if I got the same mindset where it's basically kill or be killed, like that's all that matters. And then God willing, at the end of it, then I'm like, yeah, I'm chatting to Lance. I'm like, yeah, I'm part of that club you spoke about. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's at the end. So I'm not even focusing on that.
Have you been able to at all consider the landscape in either victory or defeat for you? Obviously, the heavyweight division is stacked. There would be plenty of opportunities for you if Usyk wins again. And if you win, do you think you can bring Tyson Fury out of retirement?
I can bring him out of retirement. 100%. I think he'll bring himself out of retirement.
Uh,
You know what I'm saying? I think he'll bring himself out of retirement. Shit. He's just in, there's nothing for him to do in it. I think he's not thought of his life after boxing, so I think he's pretty bored.
Great. Thank you so much, AJ.
You end up getting a dog, getting a Ferrari, like, to keep yourself busy. There's not much else to do except for walk your dog now. So yeah, I think you will come out of retirement soon.
Thanks again, bud.
Daniel, you go.
Thank you. Hey, Jay, Danny Yanofsky from the Sport News. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. What are you from Sporting News?
Yes.
Nice to meet you, Dan.
Nice to meet you. Anything you've noticed from Usyk from the training camp or this week up until now? I know you had enough time to fight him you look at him last time, but knowing what he's been through and everything that he's been saying or doing this week, anything you've noticed specifically from him that might give you a little bit of an edge?
Like, you know, when they talk about what they've been through, I get it. I think Ukraine has been a country at war for a long time, whether it's civil or whether it's external forces coming into Ukraine. Like, I looked at Lomachenko when he fought Orlando. You know, there was war in Ukraine then, right? Do you guys remember that? When there was war in Ukraine, when Lomachenko was fighting his second fight? And he still performed. When Vitaly Klitschko fought Danny Williams, there was war again in Ukraine and he had to still perform. And Oleksandr Usyk, a main thing I'm just hoping for, like, even though me and him go to war, I wish for peace in that region because, you know, it's a country that has so much potential. Look at the talent that's come out of there. A country at peace can prosper, do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know how he's feeling, but when I've looked at it, people have still been able to perform under those circumstances. So he's not the first one.
Appreciate it. And with speaking of Fury, going back to that conversation, there was the chance that you're going to be fighting for the ring heavyweight title now. I know that's probably very important to you. In regards to the WBC title, are you surprised that that wasn't on the line as well? And what does the ring title mean to you?
Not much. Don't mean shit. None of them do. Is what it is. They just fucking take my sanction fees and they just make me look good when I go to the schools to show kids, look at my belts. I always say, I'm the fucking man. Like, you're the man. Like, you got to believe it. You're the lady. Like, all that stuff for me, like, it's here today and gone tomorrow. I just never felt like these belts made me. And never, like, you got to be the champ before you're the champ. I truly believe that. I'm speaking, if I was speaking to someone else, I believe you're the champ before you're the champ. So that way you always keep your head held high. So when I was speaking to, I think I answered Mike's question or someone's question about being on cloud nine, like, I never want to go to rock bottom because I'm champion. I'm always going to be on cloud nine because I believe, like, I've got to stay solid. And that's why I'm not interested in ring magazines or the other titles, because I don't want to depend on them for my happiness.
Thank you, AJ. Good luck.
Thank you.
There we go. Hey AJ, what's up? This is Jake Donovan, boxing scene.
Eddie said he just got to speak to the sanctioning bodies now.
Probably the line.
Smooth some things over.
Cool. What's going on, AJ? This is Jake Donovan, Boxing Scene.
Nice to meet you, mate.
All right. Yep. So I did want to ask Robert Garcia. He's made a point. He's had a lot of world champions over his, incredible career as a trainer, following a great career as a boxer. He made a point that you're going to be his first heavyweight champion. So how much of this camp has been about him, like adapting to training heavyweight versus you, like getting the feel of like what it's like for a trainer to, for the
I don't
success.
think he adapted. I think he pushed me. I think he pushed me the same way.
Okay.
I don't think they like slowed the pace down at all. Yeah, just still push me in the boxing gym. Outside of the gym, like for my runs and stuff, I've got someone else that handles those runs. But in the boxing gym, they definitely work me hard, but I'll just pray it all comes together on Saturday, But not just a physical aspect, like you got to get your mind right as well. My mind's solid. I know what I've got to do. So yeah, we're all good. We're all good.
Very good. And then I'm probably the only one on this call that's going to ask. Ben Whitaker. I did the Olympics last year. Loved following, his story. Just your projection on what he can accomplish as a pro.
But I needed to ask you that again. I want to send it to him. Go on. What did you say?
Oh, I was just asking about Benzo. What your thoughts on getting him on the show.
Ben Whitaker, yeah.
What you expect of him? Yeah.
You're talking about Ben Whitaker, yeah?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay, so Ben Whitaker, as you said, from the Olympics, like when I spoke to you earlier about a champion before being a champion, he's someone that you can put your money on. Like, that's a sure bet. I truly believe in the guy's talent. Like, that type of talent is instinct. Some fighters depend on, like, I went down the route of trying to be taught a lot, right? Like, you become taught certain things, but boxing, when I said about the competitive spirit and stuff, that's like all based off of instinct. When we wonder, how did a fighter beat that fighter? Like, he should have never won. How did he come through those trials and tribulations? Because it's that spirit and instinct. Right. And Ben, for me, is a guy that has got so much boxing instinct and talent to take him all the way. Like, we have to recognize it. And I think, coming out of the UK, I always say it's difficult to get world-renowned respect. Right. But I think Ben is a global superstar, one for the future.
He's got the personality for it as well. So, AJ, thank you so much, and really look forward to seeing you on Saturday night.
Thank you, Jake.
Got it.
Hi, AJ. Stephen Mielhausen from DAZN News. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, thank you, Stephen.
I'm good, thank you. And, there's been a lot of talk about mental health. You look at with Ryan Garcia, Danny Garcia, and now with Adrian Broner pulling out. And I wanted to ask, how do you handle your mental health to make sure that you stay balanced in preparation, not just for this fight, but for any fight?
Yeah, like, it's tough. Well, I just know, like, when I spoke about Mike Tyson earlier, like, we all go through these things. Like, I don't think about losses, but I do think how have people in previous eras dealt with it, because a lot of fighters have dealt with mental health issues. Like, and we could go over them, and I don't want to sit and bore you, but it's all history repeating itself. So I just hope that these guys stay strong during these times, because this mental health saga, it doesn't last forever. You have to be strong-willed, strong-minded, and before you know it, you're set into freedom, into retirement in boxing. It doesn't last forever. So if you can just stay strong through these times, and I think a lot of mental health comes from outside sources as well. Information that you take in and what you hear, and always trying to battle the negative and criticism potentially. If that's the case, you have to be so solid inside that it doesn't barge you or affect you. So that's where, like, boxers, even though on the outside we're so physically conditioned and we've trained for the fight, it's what's happening up here. And that's where I think we have to really, as individuals, put ourselves on cloud nine. Even though people may look at you like, what an idiot. It will, like, mentally you can get eaten up, and it's just so detrimental to anyone's progression. So I hope they're in better places, because in the future things only get better. So stay strong.
How do you handle the negativity?
How do I handle the negativity? Just plan for after. Just plan that, like, once the negativity is done, how I'm going to enjoy, like, my life. Like, I'll take the shit. I'll take it. Like, give me all this shit. And then once I'm done, no one care about me no more. So it's like, give me all this shit now. Like, I'm not craving attention either. Like, I'm just hustling. It's just a hustle right now. So yeah, I just think to myself, give me all this shit, and then in about 10 years, you're going to be giving someone else shit as well. So I'm going to be sitting there looking at that young kid like, man, I know exactly how you feel. I went through the same shit you went through as well. So it's just a passing of the torch. So I'm just taking this shit as well at the minute, and someone else will in the future.
Thank you, Anthony. The best of luck Saturday.
Thank you, Zach. Appreciate it.
All right.